Welcome to our, what month are we in? November Board of Education meeting. Please rise for the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Paulette Frias.
Here.
Judy Fouché.
Here.
John Crean.
Here.
Scott Latham.
Here.
Brian Tobin.
Here.
In the event of an emergency, visitors are advised that they may exit this room from the one side door which leads directly into the parking lot. In the event of an emergency, everyone is asked to move away from the building and do not attempt to leave in your automobiles, since this may cause traffic problems and block incoming emergency vehicles.
Thank you. Before we begin, I just want to mention the absence of Dr. Morrow. He had a death in his close family friend, so we couldn't reschedule the meeting, so Mr. Scheid is here in his stead. First thing is our first hearing of visitors. At this time, we ask that comments and questions be kept to agenda items only. Does anybody care to address the board now? Okay. That brings us to our consent agenda, which are the minutes of our regular meeting of October 26th. It also includes our financial matters, which are our schedule of our bills from October, treasurer's report from October, our monthly budget status report from October. Were there transfers? I didn't see a transfer. Was there a transfer sheet attached? Transfers, our extra classroom activity fund, and there is a donation that's included in this that I want to mention. The Dylan Newman Forever 5 Foundation has donated to Mackie some technical things from Mr. Keel could probably speak to it better than I. Loudspeaker system with all sorts of cool stuff to be used in our AV department. We're also surplusing a bunch of outdated library books, looks like some old computers and tablets and screens and cameras and modems, etc. And it includes our CSE recommendations. Are there any comments about the consent agenda? Is there a motion to accept the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Old business, we have any old business? Okay, oh, I'm sorry, back to the donation. Can we send a thank you to the foundation, please? On behalf of the district, thank you. 2, 3. Old business? We don't have any old business. And we're going to skip our superintendent's report in the absence of the superintendent. I'm going to guess you don't want to do a report. All right, we have the following superintendent's personnel recommendations. Nadia Sorvak, teacher aide, effective November 21st. We have AM supervision, substitute teachers. And that's it this time.
Yeah, it's
Pretty small, that time of the year. Is there a motion, I'm sorry?
I said yes.
Yeah. Is there a motion to accept?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Finance committee, oh my gosh. Finance committee report.
No further report. We accepted the audit last month, and Mr. Scheid has worked on the response to any of the issues, which were few and far between, like pretty much none. So we are right on schedule for the year.
Good. Building committee report, John?
Nothing to report.
In the update, Dr. Morrow mentioned something about new doors. So I questioned him because I remember not too many years ago, we replaced what I thought was almost every door in the district, but apparently it wasn't every door.
Apparently we were going to go on a grounds tour earlier today, but that was canceled. So we're going to have to do that again.
Okay, but these aren't replacement doors of the replacement doors that were only a few years ago,
You know,
right?
I'm not sure. I think we're going to have to get together with Bill
Okay.
Metz and ours.
Because that would mean somebody's really not taking care of their doors.
Correct.
No, I understand. I mean, we had, our architect did a full building survey, and we just went around to make sure. And sometimes it's just repairing the doors, fixing the doors, but not every door. It's almost like piecemeal. As things come up, we address it.
Okay.
But it's definitely.
Because you remember that project, right, when we redid the doors?
We did doors quite.
We did.
I don't know how long ago, but I know we did quite a few of them.
All
Maybe
the
not-
elementary, I think.
We did elementary.
Maybe not the gym doors,
No, I know the elementary gym doors were not done.
That-
Only-
I-
Not all the doors were
but I
done.
think all the classroom doors, because we didn't, well, anyway, we'll find out when we do our walkthrough.
These
I
are
guess.
mostly exterior doors, correct?
No, they're
That we did.
interior doors, I thought.
I mean, we looked at the combination. A lot of it was just to make sure that, you know, sometimes some doors are being, which we addressed, they're broken. Like sometimes people put those trucks at the bottom,
That
pull
they're
it too
not
hard, and
supposed
the
to do.
hinges break. So there's just a couple of those. The elementary doors are mostly original. So it's mostly just, again, replacing doors that are just not closing properly.
Okay.
I know we'll give you a full assessment of what doors they are. But like I said, it's just a mixture, some replacements, some repairs. Like I said, just to make sure everything's sealed tight and working properly.
And that would be from the repair reserve, I'm assuming anyway, right?
No, I don't think it is. We have the interfund transfer money that's being used for safety. Our repair reserve, basically, we need to have another hearing soon to address it. So it's either district funds or will be out of some of the transfer to capital.
Okay, because we could do it at our next board meeting, have the hearing
Well,
for
it's
the
good.
repair
We'll
reserve.
come up with the different, we usually go around the district, take pictures, have the hearing, making
But
sure.
you don't think the doors will be part of the repair reserve?
Not, timing, no, because right now, the repair reserve basically has no funds available. Yeah.
Didn't we just fund it?
We just funded it last month, I thought.
There's money in the repair reserve, but there's no, the amount of money that was approved at hearings has
Right.
been basically.
Oh, right, but
right,
we
right,
could have a
yes.
hearing at our next board meeting in December,
You could,
conceivably,
sure.
to
Yeah,
do
like I said,
that.
then we'll
If
have
it's,
pictures.
if it's a better way to do it, I would suggest the repair
Is it a
reserve.
better, way? If
Either
it's a
way.
better way to fund it,
It's
is my
Right,
point.
right.
It's not horrible the way we're doing it with the, there is money, again, to transfer
Okay.
to capital. But we can talk about it.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. Policy Committee, Scott?
We have a meeting on the 29th,
Oh, yeah.
1 o'clock.
After Thanksgiving, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I just have a quick question on that. Has the policy come back yet from legal that was brought up in audit, or no?
Not yet.
No, okay, so when that does come back, though, we'll get it on policy's agenda, because I'd like that to come off.
Hopefully we'll have it in time for the meeting.
For the 29th?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be nice.
That's a
'cause
housekeeping one, right?
It's a housekeeping one, and I'd like it to come off.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Now, I need a motion to approve the following robotics overnight trips. First, Long Island Regional Number 1 at Hofstra University, March 20th to March 22nd. They will leave Southold Sunday, March 19th. The second one is First Long Island Regional Number 2 at Hofstra University, March 23rd to March 25th, Thursday through Saturday. They'll be staying at the Long Island Marriott for the entire week. It is advisor's intention to take the team out for the week. And should we make it to World Championships in Houston,
When? When?
the dates are Tuesday, April 18th to Saturday, April 22nd, but that we will act on now.
Right.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the trip?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Holy cow. New business, anybody?
Not a thing.
Down there? Nobody? That brings us to our second hearing of visitors. At this time, we will take comments or questions about any kind of school matters that you might like to bring up. Would anybody care to address the board now? Everybody just came to see us?
You were here, you were out. Okay.
Glad to see you PTA guys here. Come, I just have to go over to the mic.
And your name.
And just state your name, please.
Sure, my name is Clay Coffey. I have a quick question, and it's probably, I could probably find it out, but who is the architect for the district?
We just changed architects. What's the name of the new firm?
It's Mr. Michael Guido. I believe his first name is Michael.
Okay. Just curious as to, that aspect of it and how the facilities are being kind of managed or kept up, but.
We did an RFP for an architectural firm last year because we were with BBS for many, 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 many years, and we felt that it was time to see who else might be out there. So this firm is, John, just this year, right?
Yeah, much smaller operation. He came in and did a full building ground survey about 8 months ago.
Is that available
Oh,
for
yeah.
review?
It probably is, right? I'm guessing that's public information.
They have to, we also have to submit, is it yearly or every 5 years, to the state,
I don't
the
see-
5-year
I don't see
report?
why that wouldn't be available for review, right? That's a good question. I don't know.
Check, right, the building
But,
survey.
I don't see why it's not.
You could
It's
email
not
maybe
one
Dr.
person.
Morrow later in the week or the first part of next week, once he's back.
Yeah, that's fine.
And ask him that question. I don't know.
Yeah, it would just be good to see the review of like what the existing facility, like maintenance plan is and where
I
this.
know
Well,
the
our
ma-
own
the main
maintenance
issue
department
now
does
is-
that as well.
The next thing that's going is boilers. That's going to be our next big expense that I recall. There's some issues with lighting that need to be addressed. Obviously, ongoing door things, but our last big project obviously was this room and outside, but I think the next big thing we have coming up is these ancient boilers. We're on the hook for
And windows, I
quite a
believe.
bit. And then there's some windows, but I'm guessing, I mean, he did a very comprehensive report, and I can't see any reason why people can't look at that, right? It's not about,
No, I honestly
it's not
don't.
about personnel or, salaries or, things like that.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we'll,
Appreciate it.
Sure.
Thank you.
If he has anything specific he's concerned about.
Was there anything specific you had concerns about, or just in general?
No, I'm an architect.
I kind of guessed, I was guessing that.
Son in school, I'm an architect, and just generally have interest in what's happening.
Gotcha.
Can I make-
Well, we certainly would have.
If I could be of help.
Great.
Well, I will say this, a couple of years ago, someone came to a meeting and suggested a different type of roof replacement, which turned out to be, right, very
Oh, yeah, that was
beneficial.
when we
You
were
saved
coming in.
$300,000.
Yeah, someone who knew a lot more about it than we did, and it
Yeah.
was something about instead of just putting slate where slate needed to be, so we're very open to suggestions, and there's a lot of very knowledgeable people in our community, so.
Yeah, sure.
So we certainly can use a lot of help, and we're very open to people looking at things with a fresh eye.
Yeah, reach out to Dr. Morrow. I know that he'll welcome whatever you have. Thank you. Anybody else? Jess, you don't want to get up and say anything about PTA or anything like that? So they'll never come back now. Okay, gosh, this was a quick meeting. So we go to our board member commentary, and we will start with Mr. Mullen down on the end. Hi, Brendan.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you.
So some of the things we've been doing as like the student body, we had our first successful dance, which was Halloween themed, and we raised a total of, I believe it was $500 for the Forever 5 Foundation, and we also had trick-or-treating around the school, which we also raised $300. I think it was $320 for St. Jude's, and then now that we had that successful dance, we're planning our semi-formal, which is going to be in February, and we're also planning out some events for the month of December. And that's about it right now.
Good, thank you. Mr. Latham?
I have nothing, just happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Well, I was a little late because I walked into the auditorium. I forgot. I had a brain freeze. But I will say this, this campus is nicer than like where I went to college. I walk into the auditorium, it's gorgeous. I walk into this space, and it's gorgeous. I mean, obviously, we have some old parts of the building, a little run down, but for the most part, our fields, our track, we got 26 acres. This place is really, really special and cool, and our taxpayers let us maintain it, and I feel really, I'm happy every time I walk in this building. And I certainly hope all the students, you don't always appreciate these things until you go somewhere else, but I've been to a lot of other places, and I love walking in this building. And there's a lot of people who vote yes, year in and year out. I don't think the budget's failed since the 70s. And a lot of those people don't have kids in school, so I'm very grateful to be part of a community where the support year in and year out, whether the economy's good or average or bad, it's just extraordinary. And that's what I have to say. And have a nice Thanksgiving, everybody.
Well said. Mr. Tobin?
I have nothing except for wish everybody happy Thanksgiving.
Mrs. Fouché?
I echo Dr. Crean's sentiments. It's the month of gratitude, and I agree with that. There's a lot of gratitude for the fact that we have a community to support us, and we've been able to really change and make not just the place physically look a lot nicer than it used to for our children, but we're able to provide so much more opportunities. If you just walk past our tech shops and, some of our things that we have here in our gardens and our greenhouses and all of those things just up here, and then down at the other campus, all the different things. And it's a nice thing to be grateful for. So, and happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Thank you. I would also like to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving and a reminder that the high school drama production will be taking place right after Thanksgiving break, so get your tickets for that. It will be held in our beautiful auditorium that Dr. Crean mentioned. It's funny you should bring up the grounds, because I ran into a couple the other evening that are alumni from Southold, but they live in that other district a little bit further west from us. And they said they come here quite often for their grandchildren's sporting events, and how impressed they are, especially with the fields and the conditions of our outside facility. Because they see the outside when they come to watch them play
When I
sports.
first moved here, there was still kids in those little classrooms back
The
there.
portables.
There might have been some of them, my
Portables
kids
that,
weren't
dare I
born
say,
yet, but,
you and I
and then
were
that old building on Peconic, which was nice,
Yeah.
but, and, I guess it was you and Judy both went here, so you see it, you know. Look at it. So,
So did our parents. So, there you go. This was the auditorium back,
This was our auditorium,
way back in the day.
and then it was our tech space.
And we couldn't be where we are, as these guys mentioned, without the support of our community, because when they were so gracious and to pass that bond referendum, it really allowed us to get where we are, and I think that we also showed fiscal responsibility, and that's why it passed as well. That's all we got this evening, so I guess a motion to adjourn. I know.
so moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.